We want to go live out to Kerrville, Texas this morning. That's where Fox Weather's Katie Byrne is at this morning. And Katie, the big concern moving forward is more rain is in the forecast.
It's true, Michael, and that rain is actually starting up already just in the last 15 minutes or so. It's coming down very lightly, but really any one thunderstorm could cause flooding again for a region that's already saturated here in the hill country. It has recovery crews a bit on edge, knowing that it could impact their efforts today. A lot of them we just saw make their way into the brush right over here. There were a number of crews that came from Nevada, actually dozens of them making their way in. I was talking to them about what it looks like once you get inside. They said, I'm not dressed appropriately. You need to be covered from head to toe because you're walking through mud. There are snakes, he says. There are all kinds of mosquitoes, bugs, and wildlife that they're running into as well. People are being told to wear hiking gear, and all of them were wearing helmets as they made their way into this area to keep searching for all of the people who are still missing. We've got this rain that people are paying attention to, which is tragic because some of these hardest hit towns across the hill country already picked up a summer's worth of rain in just a day last week, in just hours in a day last week, when intense rainfall led to catastrophic flooding with the Guadalupe River behind me rising 26 feet in 45 minutes. It lifted nearby homes, RVs, summer camp cabins off of their foundations and sent them floating down the river, in some cases with people, entire families floating in them with it and entirely swept away. We spoke with United Cajun Navy search volunteers on the ground as they sorted through these mountains of dense debris piles in the riverbanks yesterday. They say any incoming rain would be a setback.
Hopefully the rain will hold off because that'll just continue to push our operations further behind.
It's just going to be it'll be another setback. Things are constantly changing down here though, and whatever does happen, we're going to roll with the punches and we're going to keep pushing.
As crews enter their second week now of searching, we know people are starting to try and process the grief that they're dealing with. It's unimaginable on the ground, and we're seeing things like massive crosses show up to help people process this. One is now right by Camp Mystic, which is in Hunt, Texas, about 10 miles away from us. We're downstream of it over in Kerrville, but that area is still largely cut off, with mainly first responders the only ones allowed in, as the search efforts are overwhelming in that area. But I mean, we are 10 miles away. Yesterday we were 10 miles even further down in Center Point, and so I could tell you a 30-40 mile stretch is being covered. This is a vast, widespread search area for these crews who are trying to find all of the people who are still missing. I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, Katie, the scale of the recovery operations, to your point, is just massive. From what you've seen on the ground truth, do you feel that there's enough resources, personnel, specialized equipment for the recovery process as of this moment?
There are tons of resources on the ground for people. If you drive all the way through, there's this main road, 39, I believe it is, and you'll pass people who are setting up free food stands. There's also FEMA resources on the ground now. But as far as the first responders, there's at least 2,000 of them who are doing that work of trying to find these missing people. And then there's just people showing up who want to help in these search efforts, which officials say, yes, we'll use your help, but make sure you check in with some of these command centers that they have set up. Most of them are at the local fire department, so you're going to want to go there and just let somebody know so they can position you in some of the areas that they're searching. It's not hard to find these search crews as they are out. You just have to drive along the river and you will see them making their way through the riverbanks. That's what this Nevada team told me that they were doing today. They went into the brush here and they are with a cadaver dog and they are just making their way through and trying to clear as much of the debris as possible. We're starting to notice orange markings on debris, alerting people that this is a pile that has been cleared, but there are just so many of them, and just it is a vast amount of area that they have to cover to try to recover all of these people.
Absolutely. It's good to know that the resources are certainly in place, and the spirit of Kerrville, of course, will endure. Fox Weather Correspondent Katie Byrne. Katie, thank you so much for the update. And at home, if you'd like to help those that have been impacted, you can, of course, head to Fox TX Flood Relief or scan that QR code on the bottom right of your screen.